if you look at the Indian science and technology innovation ecosystem in the country, CSIR has a very, very unique role. There's, of course, the quintessential academics, the universities, the IITs, the ICERs, and then there is industry. Industries are more focused on short-term research. What they call long-term research is most likely not more than 3 years, but they're not looking at very, very long-term R&D development. The CSIR institutions, in the name itself, has an I in there, CSIR, and that I stands for industrial research. And they sit somewhere in between academia and industry. So we work very, very, very closely with industry. So we are a R&D laboratory, R&D organization, working extremely close with industry. And so we sit somewhere in between academics and industry. We look at pre-competitive research mostly, research that will eventually lead to new technologies for industry. They could be 3 years from now, they could be 5 years from now, they could be 20 years from now. And we have our research programs are sort of binned into these three categories, on a general term, if you wish. And for developing new technologies which are globally competitive, it is imperative that you do good science. And that's where the academic part comes in. And therefore, we have a strong academic research program, but it is only graduate research. It is not undergraduate research program. Okay, in that sense, we are very, very different than an academic institution. On the other hand, we also engage very deeply with technology development programs. And what we strive to do to the best of our abilities is to synergize our academic programs with industrial programs. And so I think that is where the uniqueness comes for institutions like CSIR. We have very, very good research facilities. We have, of course, in NCL, the focus of the laboratory is chemistry and allied sciences, right? So that means material sciences, that means biochemical sciences, engineering sciences, and so on. Our labs are, extremely well furnished. We have synthesis labs, we have analytical characterization labs, we have material development labs, we have labs that help us do cell culture, plant tissue culture, things like that. We have really very nice routine as well as sophisticated analytical facilities, as well as material characterization facilities, property measurement facilities, and so on. We also have a central analytical facility, and there's also a center for specialized equipment facilities. We also have good high computing facilities. Right? So we have not only our own computing clusters, but we have access to national computing networks. And I think these are important because anybody who joins in has access to all of this. And of course, they will bring in funding, they will start creating their labs, they will bring in their infrastructure that they need on a routine basis. But their research doesn't get held on till the funding arrives, because much of the equipments that they would need are already available. So we have a very well-planned roadmap for what NCL should do in the next 10 years. These are the areas where we are right now looking for people. Okay? We're looking for people who have expertise in AI/ML, but focused on chemical engineering. So of course, deep expertise in statistics, deep expertise in all the AI machine learning tools, but intended for solving or coupling with chemical plants or chemical processes. Okay, so anybody who can do digital twinning for chemical plants, we love to have people like that on board. We would also like to have people who do AI/ML for materials, for bioprocesses, and these are two major themes that we are running in at NCL. So we're looking for people who have very deep expertise in flow chemistry, flow synthesis, flow manufacturing. And this is an area which we are growing enormously in NCL. We're looking for people in biotherapeutics, okay, enzymology, right, and biomass valorization. These are areas where we are very, very keen to hire people. We are also looking for people who have a lot of passion about technology management, who are passionate about IP, and who are also passionate about science outreach. We are looking for people who are passionate about solving problems. We are not looking for people who have solutions and then who go in search of problems. They're confident, they're free to move into adjacent areas or move into completely new areas with the intention of contributing to a major problem-solving exercise. And that's one of the most important things we look at. So technology management, IP, science outreach, and some of the scientific areas that I talked about. These are areas where I'm hiring right now. Anybody interested, please apply.